God bless, Igor Yevlampovich.
Howdy! I thought you decided never visit my izba ever again.
Oh, you've got this place of yours. Scares me something terrible. I can just feel Chorts looking at me from the forest. Necessity brought me here. No one can help me but you.
What happened? Is someone's dead?
Oh, no one. Praise the merciful Lord. Well, at least no man was killed. In a cemetery chapel we found a cow that's been missing for several months now.
Sure, I remember that cow. That's the one we couldn't bring back from the Leshy. It's a good thing that you found it.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. It's been found dead. A horrible sight.
I heard that the chapel has been haunted lately.
Right. Weren't you the one who forbade me to exorcise the demons there? Why don't you tell me some more about that silly superstition of mine?
Well, what can I say? I was wrong, Igor Yevlampovich. Help us, fools. Well, I'll be waiting for you in my church.
I think we should inspect that cow. I have a bad feeling about it.
All right, Grandpa. Let's get going.
Yegor's Chorts fuss in the backyard, arguing and chattering like a flock of magpies. You notice that some of them smear radishes with soot, while others wash them off, trying to outdo one another. You chase the evil spirits away. They have no business spoiling good vegetables. You take some for your travels, deciding not to leave any for the crows. Yegor's Chorts fuss in the backyard, arguing. Having noticed your interest in the Chorts, old Yegor tells you of an old theory of his. According to his logic, a learned Chort is better than 3 unlearned. The cold night is filled with hundreds of sounds. Demons and wood chorts swoop under the wide fir branches. Owls hunt for nimble mice. Graveyard grasses whisper something from beneath the gloomy silhouettes of the Galbets at Mikhail's crossroads. Old Yegor stops and crouches down, looking at something on the dry earth.
Look, all this time and your circle is still visible. I wonder if I can find mine. From the time I took the hat. Who knows how many circles were once drawn here? So many seeds. What do you think we need icons and churches? I have enough sin to bury Christ himself. Do you think any Khaldun can manage it?
They say there's no saving for Yeretniks.
I believe they speak true. I imagine that's why they supply us with chorts. For us to learn to control them, and the church and the icon, it's so people aren't afraid.
Could it be that I will draw a circle here with a student of my own one day?
God willing.
At the crossroads of 2 trade routes, you see
low prices. Buy some herbs and other goods I've brought.
Wisdom will enter your heart.
Oh, Vasya, Igor Yevlampovich, you came. I don't know what to do. I've read all the prayers I know. I haven't seen such horrors in years. Who could have done something like that to animals? No less than a monster.
Tell me where you found the animal.
In the old chapel, in the cemetery. Hardly anyone visits there, and even fewer now. So it's still there, by the altar. What is this scourge upon our Riest? What devil tortures us? Lord, forgive us.
Have you noticed anything else unusual?
Well, people are scared to go to the cemetery. It's haunted. People were about to ask you for help, but I assured them that you would drop by soon enough.
Where's the chapel the cow was killed in?
Well, in the church cemetery. Something was amiss there long before this happened. Strange knocking and scratching. It sounded as if it were coming from beneath the ground. That's why folk rarely go there.
All right, we'll see what demon you have over there.
In the meantime, find the payment in the church bins.
Rest assured, Igor Yevlampovich. I'll do that.
The inhabitants of Vilgard are all buried here. Almost all of them. What a strange chapel. Anyway, he won't have need of a grave soon. Old robes, no blood on them.
Jesus Christ! Oh, you don't need to look at this. I will deal with the animal and you look around. Try to find some clues. What kind of demon are we dealing with? Have you looked around?
The inhabitants of Vilgard are all buried here. Almost all of them. What a strange chapel. Anyway, he won't. The inhabitants of Vilgard are all buried here. Almost all of them. Jesus! Who would do this with a cow? There's cow's blood on the icons. Old robes, no blood on them.
Jesus Christ! Try to...
You notice strange, bloody tracks, as if human tracks got mixed with that of a bird.
Have you looked around?
I've already looked around. Here. And I found some tracks here.
Ha! Bird ones. The spirit is trying to confuse us. What do you think? These aren't bird tracks. There are pieces of broken bones poking through. I've inspected the cow. The demon tore it with but here's a hint. I found iron shavings in the bones. I don't like this, Vasya. Let's try to open up the old tracks. Wait. Here. Let's follow. I had a feeling the other day. A bad omen, this find.
You notice strange, bloody tracks. You find the bloody piece of a shroud. You pick it up, but it crumbles in your fingers, as if it has been lying here for decades. The trees near the ruined grave stand frozen in silence. You look down. The black hole leads deep underground. A name half erased can still be read. Prokopy.
I knew it.
You hold up the swaying Yegor.
I was young and experienced. We didn't completely disable him. The cursed Yeritnik broke free. I figured it out as soon as I saw the cow. Your family had a similar cow long ago. He left that gift for me to find.
Oh well, we'll have to drive him back. My study was not in vain. We'll do it together. I saw a rope in the church. We'll need to climb down into his lair. Here's some rope. Now I can descend into the grave.
The trees near the ruined grave stand frozen.
Prokopy! You!
Yegorka, we meet again. Why have you come? It can be to bring an offering to you, old teacher, can it? Would you look at that? Dark hair, fair skin, and fearless. Just how I like them. Well, bring her here and get lost.
Do I look like an offering to you? You know nothing about us, demon.
No, girl. It's you who knows nothing about us. Isn't that right, Yegorka? I've taught you well. You're the same as me.
How did you survive here?
You were young, Yegor, inexperienced. Didn't know how to kill me. And now it's too late. I couldn't get out of my coffin for a long time. Your holy man knew what he was doing, unlike you. But don't fret. You lived a long life. Look at you now. So old, pathetic. Even I look better. I haven't aged a minute for the past 30 years. Look at my palace. Truly a sight to behold, is it not?
How did you build all of this?
Simple. My teeth and nails turned to iron over time. They were indeed pleasant tools to work with. As soon as my name got washed off of the coffin, the prayers stopped holding me down. Isn't it funny? You shall perish with your girl in my grave.
You say you and Grandpa are alike.
Don't you dare to compare us, Prokopy!
Oh, how could I? You are so kind. Yegorka the kind. Weren't you the one who sent his charts to kill me in my sleep? Weren't you the one who took my charts? Oh, but aren't they on your shoulder as we speak?
I didn't kill any children!
True, but what about others? What is this stick? Is it made from the same horn as my ancient rod? But what do I hear? Could it be the voice of my old chart? Oh, really? The demon told me everything. Oh, whatever they whispered to you. Whatever they advised to you at the end of your miserable life.
That's enough of you, demon!
I didn't know how to destroy you then, but now I do.
You can't overcome two Kolduns, Prokopy.
I've been waiting for this over 40 years. Don't underestimate.
going to hell for sure. Quick, remember what you need to do?
So, how do I dispose of the restless dead so that it is certain he passes to the afterlife? We need to break the Iritnik's spine, between his third and fourth vertebrae.
Well done, Vasya. That's how we'll do it. If I had been smarter then, it wouldn't be here now. Good. We dealt with it swiftly, before it had the chance for mischief.
Prokopy said you have identical staffs.
His was from a horn. I took it, added to my sins. He also obtained one for himself, made out of moose horn. You need to take this one, of course, if you don't fear his retribution.
You take Prokopy's old staff.
You have shorts left. I thought you gave them all to me, along with the book.
Almost all. Left some to myself. They have their uses, you see. I'll find use for them yet.
Let's deal with Prokopy, Grandpa.
Right. He could rise at any moment. Demonic force. Pooh.
You neutralize Prokopy, and the Chorts help to cover his grave with dirt. There is now a crater in place of a grave. You've seen similar during your travels. Were they the result of unclean dead like this?
How are you feeling, Grandpa?
What do you mean? I'm fine. Is this about Prokop? To hell with him. I've dealt with him before, and this time we sent him to the abyss together. It's a pity I didn't do it properly the first time around. So, how's the progress going on your seals?
Soon they all will be gone. I think we can make it in time. And I was here by dawn.
Well done, Basha. You did a clever thing, making the Chort make sacrifice. They'll curse loads of peasants.
Thanks, Grandpa. I've decided. We have no time to worry about men from Sultanov.
All right, you need to go to the mill. I already sent a salt worker there.
What should I watch out for at the...
He has power. You could try...
I'm getting...
that-
Well,
it-
God be with you. I'm a fisherman from the northern lake, Vatti. Lord, I came to thank you. I don't know what you did, but the Vodyanoi stopped cutting our nets. Here, I brought some dried pike from our crew.
Well, what do you want?
let's go.
Near the old Izba, a man is scolding his wife. Half the village soon gathers to listen to the quarrel. Half the peasants take the side of the husband, while the other half support the wife.
How are you feeling, Grandpa?
So,
Eh?
all right, you need to go, but beware.
What?
He has. You could. It's.
God be with you. Here.
Near the old Izba, a man is scolding his wife. Half the village soon gathers to listen to the quarrel. Half the peasants take the side of the husband, while the other half support the wife. It turns out the mill has long since been abandoned and is rather notorious here. Hardly anyone is brave enough to get close to the building. The talk... Near the old Izba, a man... The subject of the argument turns out to be a saw that breaks down every other time. The man suspects that his wife is cursing it, while she insists she is innocent. This item looks like it's been repaired quite often. Looks like it was fixed by the local smith a couple of days ago. You think that the smith may know something about the defect, and learn how to get to his izba. You decide on your next actions. It turns out the mill has long since been abandoned and is rather notorious here. Hardly anyone is brave enough to get close to the building. The talk is, the Vodinoi still grabs passers-by and drags them to the bottom. You decide on your next actions. It turns out the mill... You decide on your next... On the village street, you meet a strange peasant procession with chests and sacks. A peasant clutching a sleepy rooster walks in the lead. The people stop, noticing you on their way. The old women start to cross themselves, thinking you to be a bad omen. The man walking at the head of the procession addresses you.
Who are you, bareheaded wench? What are you doing here at night?
A rooster in hand and sacks full of clothing. What are these peasants planning? Huh. They're carrying their belongings with them at midnight. This can be only one ritual. Looks like they're offering the rooster as a sacrifice to the Susietko. So they're moving. I'm a simple traveler who's lost her way. So...
None of your business, wench.
On the village street, you meet a strange peasant procession.
Who are you, bareheaded?
A rooster in hand and sack bringing gift. Looks like they're offering the rooster as a sacrifice to the Susietko. So...
On the village street, you meet a strange...
Who are you?
A rooster in hand and... Looks like... I'm a simple trap...
None of your business, wench.
I'm a witch doctor. I can help you move.
After a brief discussion, the peasants accept your offer. You make a sacrifice near the future hut while whispering Zagavers. Thankful people offer you some gifts. You go past the new houses of the settlement and approach the Kama Bank. The Vodinoi was sure to be followed by his retinue, dead men and drowners from the underwater domain. Breathing in the fresh night air, you draw a circle. The Chthonian guests show up almost immediately. Your recent acquaintances emerge from the river.
Is that you, witch?
A witch! A witch!
You! What do you need here?
Vakul has gone to the watermill, so the border is thin. We came along to
help him deal with that girl!
keep quiet. Did crayfish eat your brains?
If you know the Vodinoi so well, maybe you can tell me how to help the Saltwalker and the Rusalka.
The Vodinoi took a liking to you. He likes knowers. He doesn't like that you held the Rusalka with her name. He planned to live with her for a long time. What's he going to do with her now that she remembered her past? He was upset that you held the shepherd. He got so angry. There were waves all over. Vakul is not in a good mood now. He'll probably demand a ransom. I don't know how much. But he won't ever let the Rusalka go. Only when her time comes. Like the rest of the drowners.
When my time comes, I'll become a Vodinoi myself.
Keep quiet. Did crayfish eat your brains?
You sit here for a while and swim home. I'll go have a talk with the Vodinoi.
We'll see about that.
The smithy is built on the far end of the village to prevent fires. You knock at the door and shudder. The sound disturbs the heavy silence. The door opens. The first thing you see is a gun, and then the smith.
Who are you? It seems a bit early for Carolyn.
A man from Fedorova sent me. Here. His saw is fixed poorly.
The smith puts down his gun and inspects the tool.
Lousily done. It's my work. But what can you do? I'm afraid to work for too long. You won't believe me.
I'm a knower. I've seen a lot of things.
Christ almighty. Well, listen. The devil himself visits me. He looks like an ordinary, God-fearing man, but smells of drink. He comes and tells me, shoe my horses. So, I'm lifting the horse's hoof and see a human foot. This peasant has it backwards, hooves for feet, and he stares at me with his eyes. So I had to shoe a human foot. Lord, forgive me. I've been afraid to open the door ever since.
I think I know what kind of chorts smell of drink. I can drive the chorts away from you, Smithy. Go inside so that you're not killed by mistake.
You draw a circle and prepare. The grateful smith fixes the tool and bows low to you. On your way back, you give the peasant the saw and receive your reward. The wine shop is working until late. Warm light from its window pours onto the street, hidden in the dark. Noticing your book, the wine seller invites you inside. He claims to have books for sale.
I see you're interested in books. You have a great one with you, I see. Is it old? I am not only selling drinks, you know. Care to look? I see you're interested in books. You have a great one.
On the riverbank, you see a peasant that used to look after the Vodinoy's cows. He is alive and obviously free, but his eyes are empty and he can't say a word. You know these things happen to regular people who have been through such experiences. You guide the man to the village and explain that he needs to get to his home, Nekrasova. On the riverbank, you see a peasant that used to look at. The mill rises above the pool of the river inflow. The izba is decrepit, and the water wheel is silent. The reeds around it rustle mysteriously. You're greeted by a salt worker.
Oh, Vasilisa.
I visited the Vodinoy and learned about your daughter. Don't you think it's something worth telling me?
How could I? God, This is all like in a bad dream. He took Evdokia, but I didn't know he was the one to blame. And I didn't think for a minute that he would send her to kill people. I thought there was another Vodyanoi. I thought I had escaped from that one. So much death, so many sacrifices. Sacrifices. I offered money, vodka, porridge. It's still not enough for Vakul. He only wants lives.
Did you make a pact with the Vodyanoi here?
Yes. This is my old watermill. I used to work here. When I built it, I made a pact with Vakul. He tells me it's business as usual, so I thought I'd pay it off with rubles.
It's never that easy with demons.
Several years later, he started playing tricks with shadows. His way of asking for his sacrifice. I never wanted to hurt anyone, and so I refused him. He then took it for himself. I had an apprentice, a guy who poured grain. A fine lad. I liked him a lot. And the Vodyanoi dragged him into the... Then I abandoned that watermill. I couldn't stay there. I thought he had already taken what was due. But it was never enough for him. Turns out he's the one who took my daughter. He killed my Dusha.
How did the Vodyanoi find you in the salt works?
His factory is far away. I thought another Vodyanoi managed this place, and so it used to be in the beginning. I managed to make some money milling the wheat. First I built a small factory, and then it expanded. We got along fine with another water demon. He did not want any human sacrifices. Then I gather Vakul beat him and took this river under his control. But I wasn't aware. And then he somehow learned about me.
What happened to your daughter?
My daughter. She had nothing to do with it. When Vakul found me, he, I think, wanted to teach me a lesson. Evdokia went to Silikamsk in winter by sleigh. The ice broke beneath her. No one found my daughter, nor did they find the sleigh. That time, I didn't guess who was to blame. It's not the Vodyanoi my grandfather told me about. God punished me. He sent the most devious one.
I think you'll be able to talk to Vakul today.
Oh, I will. That damn chort I will.
I don't think you can handle him. Only I can. Besides, even I won't be able to kill him. Masters of nature are strong.
Do what you can.
I will. I think Vakul will show up sooner if you start the mill.
Can do. I already inspected it while I waited. I've opened the screen, but the wheel doesn't spin. The chute is worn out. I can patch it. These chutes can be patched. It's a pity some of them are too far gone. There aren't enough paddles on the wheel. Look around a bit. We should have enough here. Then we will start it. I'll wait for you inside. I'll fix what I can.
All right. I'll find some boards for you.
You found a fitting vein for a watermill wheel.
Still water, and it's deep at that.
You found a fitting vein.
The screen blocks water from going to the mill. A ramshackle mill. We're lucky it still stands.
Ah, Vasilisa. All right. 2 blades for the wheel. I've almost fixed the chute. Find some more blades for the wheel, otherwise it won't spin. Ah, Vasilis, I've almost...
If the Vodyanoi doesn't help the miller, the wheel will break down very quickly. Or the water drops from here to the wheel. I heard in the south they place the water wheels on the outside.
Vasya, my father, is he also here?
Yes, on the mill. Want to speak to him?
I can't. Vakul won't allow it.
He's not here yet.
I can't disobey him, no matter how much I'd like to.
I need the blades.
For the wheel, here's the blade. Take it.
The Rusalka gives...
There's something in this name, Vakul. A bit of Perm, you think? I feel he's close.
Ah, Vasily. Ah, well...
Vakul will appear as soon as we... All right, it's time.
The salt worker quickly fixes the mechanism. He looks like he's done it plenty of times. Soon, the squeaky wheel makes one rotation, then another.
Beautiful. If only it didn't stink of the living. My favorite witch and her cute little book. I am so glad to meet you again.
Greetings, Vodyanoi.
Well, 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 Vakul.
Ah, my old acquaintance. Come to break another promise?
Father,
I didn't tell you.
A water stream knocks the salt worker and the Rusalka off their feet.
You make a lousy guest, Vasilisa. Is it what we do in the Perm region? Steal serfs from their master.
There aren't any serfs anymore.
Silence! You made good on your promise. To go the road from its beginning to its end, honoring the promise. I appreciate, but I like you, Rich. Tell me what you want.
I need to break the seal and free the Rusalka. What good comes of keeping her with you? She's a nice girl.
That's why I'm keeping her, because she's nice. I'm not impartial to compassion, so I'm ready to make a deal. You want both? Then I'll require gold as your sacrifice. Every wish has its price. Mine is a small one.
All right, so be it.
You throw the gold into the water.
Happy to do business with you, Wedge.
The Vodyanoi touches the book before disappearing into the depths. The Rusalka stays on the shore. One more seal is gone.
Oh, forgive me, Dusa. You died because of me.
no. Don't even think about blaming yourself. I'm free from the water demon now. I still have no answer for my sin.
Wait.
We'll meet again someday. Farewell, Father.
The Rusalka smiles at the salt worker and vanishes into white light. On your way back, you comfort Pahom with tales of life after death, but he seems to be happy with how things turned out.
Isn't that the most banal of a legend?
Maybe, but there's too many consequences. The drowners are talking about her. The girl is strong, they say. There are rumors coming from other spirit. Now they agreed to protect a wedding. She must think I would try curse it. If she sticks needles in me, I'll be left without any power. Go to Pakcha. They won't be expecting you.
I have certain doubts about this. I've seen her in the village. Not everyone can handle that power.
You should be more confident. I haven't taught you for nothing. You should curse the wedding to be on an equal footing.
It won't be easy. But if she really has the book, I may finally be able to control this force.
Right. There you will find out. And if this is true, you can do anything you wish for. So goes the legend. Take a look at them first. I've sent charts throughout the area. It will be a good occasion.
But this wedding... I wouldn't want to curse peasants. You know how I am with demons.
Don't make me laugh. Who will you curse there? You think you can turn the procession? This thing happened last with my grandmother. Go back as soon as you take the book.
So be it.
Well, get ready. Amen to you.
Aha! And what happened next?